Hello there. In this video, I'm going to do a possible topic that might have come across in your language learning process. It's come up a lot during my language learning process. I get this, unfortunately, a lot. What do you do if, say, your friends or your family don't really support you in learning a foreign language? Um, First, I want to share a personal story that I have, and then answer the question. Um, as far as not supporting languages, I've had it in the past. Um, Before, I had that twice so far. Before I decided to learn languages intensively, I just dabbled in a few of them, and my uncle, when he would find out that I'm learning a foreign language other than Spanish, he would basically say that, oh, that's a complete waste of time. Why are you doing that? The only useful language today would be Spanish, so why are you learning like French or Italian or German or whatever? That's one thing that I've come across, and I really didn't like his response because um, Spanish, even though Spanish would be more useful in America, that doesn't mean that the other languages that one learns are useless. Any language, as I said before, has its use. As I mentioned in the previous video before, there was no such thing as a useless language to me. And another story I would like to talk about is, what if, say, your friends or your family like you learning languages, but there are certain languages that they go, okay, yeah, no, don't. Like, for another story that I have, as you know, I am currently learning both Spanish and Albanian. Um, well, when I got one of, I was showing my mom my language channel when she came in one day, and I was showing her, this is what I do, and I showed her my Albanian resources, and I showed her the ones that I had yesterday. I showed her this. I was like, see, this is one of the summer languages that I'm doing, and she was looking at it, and then she was like, well, why are you going to learn Albanian? And I told her basically that A, I love the language, I love the sound of it, and B, because of there are a lot of Albanians in my college. Well, after I said that, she's like, well, why would you want to communicate with Albanians? She has this like negative view about them because of what she was told about, a few things that happened in Albania and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, why would you have such preconceived notions about an entire ethnic group? Even though some are bad, there's going to be some bad people in any ethnic group, but that doesn't mean that the whole entire ethnic group is, you know, evil or something. You know, I've met good, I've met good Mexicans, I've met bad Mexicans. I've met good Albanians, I've met bad Albanians. I've even met good Americans and bad Americans. It doesn't, you know, good and bad doesn't mean anything when it comes to like an ethnic group. There's good and bad in all, I think. So, going back to my topic of whether or not, like, what if you come across this with your friends and or family, you know, basically getting down on you in your language. I would say just to keep persisting it and basically to ignore um, their comments about it. Sure, it might hurt at first. It hurt me a little bit when my mom was saying, why would you want to learn Albanian? And she went into this whole spiel about, why I shouldn't. And, that just really didn't bother me because, if I want to persist it, I'll persist it. It's the same with my uncle, as I mentioned before. If he only wants me to learn Spanish, well, yeah, I'll learn Spanish, but I'm not going to listen to you and just only learn Spanish when there's many different other languages that I can pursue. And why focus on just one minor language when I can learn, maybe 5, 10 languages, So it the main thing that I like to say is if no one supports you in your language learning, just persist and just keep it to yourself. Just persist, and also, while you might not be able to find people where you live who support, your language learning process, the online community, there are tons of people who will gladly support you in your language. I have right now, I would say 3 or 4 different people who are supporting me in learning the Albanian language, and 1 or 2 who are supporting me in learning Spanish. It's good to get out there and meet different people, and who will support you if say no one in your area supports you in learning languages. So, my main advice to those who are going through the same thing that I went through, mainly just not to give up and not to let those words, hinder your language learning experience and process. If you want to learn the language, learn the language. Don't let them bother you.